94.3.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
Radio 1.
Hello. One of my old favorites, Sharman Joshi is here. What's up, Sharman? How are you? So nice to see you.
All good, Hrishi. Thank you for having us on your show.
You make the time clock stop still. You don't age even a second.
I tell you, it's a curse. It's a curse, I tell you. It's really truly a curse. But yeah, finally, a beard that took me about 6 weeks to grow now grows in about 3 weeks. So, yeah.
But in a way, it's a wonderful compliment because the kids can actually turn around and say, he's bhaiya, he's not dad.
Yeah, it works well.
Lovely.
Still have a chance. Yeah.
And Aishwarya, welcome to the show for the very first time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bro, you could now easily put your Gujarati roots aside, put your roots as a Mumbaikar aside and say that you're spending so much time in UP, first in Banaras and Lucknow,
Yes.
that you could be a UP wala.
Yeah, absolutely.
But enjoying your time there, obviously.
Yeah, all of last year has been in Uttar Pradesh. Yeah. Lucknow, one film called Bablu Bachelor I've shot, and Kaashi, of course, shot in Banaras. Yeah, it's been quite lovely. Both the cities my first time. And Kaashi, especially Banaras, possibly one of the most pious religious city of the country or possibly in the world. Oldest city alive in the world. Great character. There was such beauty, gorgeous structures, and it was a pleasure being in Banaras. Truly, yeah.
And Aishwarya, I think that you've set a good trail in terms of your career. You were a Miss India. You moved on, did South cinema.
No, I did South first and then, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You did South cinema, then you did Miss India, and now you're entering the big world of Bollywood.
Right.
So you think that progression gives you the necessary experience to act with, stupendous actors like Sharman and be up on your toes and match them scene for scene?
Well, I don't think I still match him with scene to scene, but I think I've given my best in this film. But yes, I think down south I've learned a little bit of work, I would say, not a lot, but how much have I learned, I think I've put in this film. Put all the efforts, and I think Femina Miss India has also helped me, but people say that it's not required for you to debut in Bollywood. Miss India is not it can't be a stepping stone, but for me I believe it has been one. Yeah.
And also in that aspect, the fact that you've worked with guys like Prithvi, worked with guys like Dhanush, does that mean you're equipped for an earlier call time? They always say in the south you get a call time of 5 a.m. and 5:30.
Exactly. And here the camera rolls at, if people are laid back here basically, so the camera rolls at 12 or 11.
Sharman, you want to defend the industry north of the Vidyas.
No, 11, 12, what is he talking about? Which film did she shoot?
No, I'm just saying.
No, but I understand what she's saying.
Yeah.
Correct.
There were, in Kaashi, there were many occasions where there were logistical challenges and just the number of people and the crowd, and by the time you get your stuff together, the effort was to get things going at 7, and many a times we kind of ended up starting work pretty late, 10, 11 like she said. But yeah, those were the challenges of production which were hurdles, but no such luxury or कि हम लोग 11-12 बजे shoot करें. No such luck yet.
No such luck yet. The milieu of Banaras fascinates me. I mean, I came away seeing Masan. I haven't seen yours, obviously. I came away after seeing Masan saying, my God, this is amazing. And my father spent a lot of time there. He tells me about these small lanes and by lanes and about the Ganga Aarti and things like that. But what is also ingrained in Kaashi, in Banaras, is the caste system. And I believe you play somebody who works in a Shamshan Ghat. Is
Correct.
that it?
A dome. They call those people domes. They are the guys who perform the final rites. And more than touching upon the caste system aspect of it, it's just that the character that I portray, I didn't know that world professionally or in their personal life how they would be. I mean, I would imagine they would be like normal human beings, but just to get a real sense of it. And also the lingo that we used in the film was Banarasi. So after having kind of gotten some tutoring from my chief AD who happens to be from Banaras, he'd recorded all the lines of the film he had WhatsApped them to me and I was constantly listening to them. That about I felt the need to go to Banaras 5 days earlier just to get a sense of the world of the domes and to see how the locals actually speak the language. So that effort I made, and since you mentioned about Banaras and the milieu and Masan and how beautifully that had been captured, now Banaras is being, many films are going and shooting in Banaras, and I understand why, because of the beauty that the city has to offer. There's so much depth that Banaras as a city can offer, and as far as Kaashi is concerned, the fact that that it's a layered film with a lot of depth and a lot of mystery unraveling, Banaras becomes the perfect backdrop for the film. It complements the story beautifully because the kind of depth Banaras as a city provides to us just gives so much kind of depth and the kind of feeling of intrigue that we are hoping to create through our material. The city also complements us in doing that. So, yeah.
Now, as far as dialect is concerned, the Eastern UP dialect is very different from the Western UP dialect, but you didn't have to really speak in that dialect, isn't it?
No.
Yours is a character who's an urban girl from Lucknow.
Yes,
is that it?
yes.
So, little insight into what your character is, please.
She's a journalist from Lucknow and she comes to Banaras for the first time, and then she meets Kaashi, and then situation changes where his sister goes missing, Ganga, and then how we both go in search of her. So yeah, my character, I didn't really have to prepare for the journalist character because we don't really highlight my profession in the film, because I'm acting as a friend, so who's emotionally attached to this character.
But you do take a lot of photographs, I've noticed. So you're like a photojournalist, or you're just documenting what's happening?
Yeah, so I just take photographs in the film. Yeah, I'm just capturing the beauty of a city, Banaras.
And in that aspect, this is almost like a metaphor of Ganga Ji, how she has been polluted by us and your sister who is Ganga. And I find that very, very interesting. Talk to me about that.
So precisely, the character is named Kaashi. The film is set in Kaashi, Banaras. Sister's name was chosen to be Ganga, and then the title, Kaashi in Search of Ganga, which, like you said, the metaphor goes beautifully well with the film and the theme of the film. But there are no political insinuations in this, because many people have wondered whether there's anything that's really got to do with the city per se. The metaphor is just in terms of the sister and the brother and the city and the Ganges flowing there. So the title fit in beautifully, and I think the challenge of the title was that it may not sound that commercial when you first read it or hear of it, but we were sure that the visuals and the trailer of the film will then eventually establish the nature of the film. So many of our friends were taken aback that, Kaashi we thought would be kind of an offbeat kind of a subject, and then once you see the trailer you realize that it's an out and out commercial film. So yeah.
We all know that there are lots of parts of the North which are very, very patriarchal. And in that aspect, his character seems to appeal to your character because he's not like that. When somebody is trying to chedo you, he comes and, intervenes and things like that. Is that what she finds attractive in Kaashi, this guy?
Yeah, that is one. But there are other aspects also. Once she starts spending time with this character, she falls in love with him. And then all this happens, going in search of Ganga and all that. So yeah, that's one thing.
There are also very powerful character actors here. You're talking somebody like Govind Namdev. Does he play a politician? Yeah?
Yes, he does.
Yes.
Who's there? And there's another actor does he play Govindji's son? Is the guy who's teasing her in the trailer?
No, he doesn't play Govindji's son. He's a friend of mine in the film. Who's not very fond of me, and vice versa in the film. He's a fine actor. He was also part of MS Dhoni and a couple of other films. Kranti is his name. Then there is Manoj Joshi. Then there is Akhilendra Mishra.
Manoj Pava?
Manoj Pava Saab. So yeah, we have a good strong team of actors.
And he goes in search of Ganga, and suddenly people start asking whether Ganga exists or not. That also happens.
Yes.
That's quite bizarre. It's almost like a psychological thriller, though you're no stranger to psychological thrillers, considering Wajah Tum Ho and Hate Story 3 were your last two films.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Yes. But this is way different from Wajah Tum Ho or Hate Story 3 for that matter. It's more grounded, it's more realistic, and the beauty of the film is it's got so many layers and so much depth, is that in spite of the trailer being so engaging and catchy, which is the general response that we are getting from everyone, we've not even come to, let's say, halfway revealing what the story is, and there's lot more to discover.
Wow.
So that kind of excites me, and it kind of tickles me a little that people are appreciating the trailer, and there's so much more we have yet to offer, and also raises my hopes.
You already got me very, very intrigued. Listen, you have a singing voice. I saw some videos of you during the Miss India where you were performing in the talent round.
Okay. You checked out those videos too?
Yeah, and somebody got you to do some singing, so why should we be the exception?
Yes. Oh yes.
And what a lovely soundtrack it is. It's got the old faithfuls like Daler Paji, like like Daler Mehndi.
Yes.
It's got Yasser, who's this new kid off the block and who's doing some amazing stuff. I just heard some Z Music Company originals that he's done.
Correct.
You know, he's got a lovely, let me put it this way, I think he's a worthy successor to Sonu Nigam and to Arijit and KK and those guys.
Absolutely.
So, great soundtrack, bit of everything, bit of spirituality with Mahadev.
Yeah, with the title track. Bam Bam Bole.
Bam Bam Bole, correct.
Bam Bam Bole Kaashi, yeah.
You should make him sing that.
Me, I can't sing to save my life. But we must hear
A
Aishwarya
woman's mellifluous singing voice sounds the best on the radio.
Absolutely, exactly. So we want
Let's do
people
it.
to
Come
listen
on.
to this show, right?
Okay, so I'll sing the song. It's Wo Rishta.
Yep.
एक चुटकी रोजाना तुम हंसी दे जाना मुट्ठी भर कुछ सांसें पास में रख जाना बिन शर्त जो बांधे हमको वो रिश्ता तुम ले आना वो रिश्ता तुम ले आना वो रिश्ता तुम ले आना वो रिश्ता तुम ले आना.
Very nice.
Thank you.
I'm saying, why should guys like Ayushmann and Diljit be the only guys who sing in their own films?
Absolutely.
It's time, you actresses also turned around and said, I can sing. So
Yeah.
why don't you pitch yourself as a singer now? So have you taken some formal training? Have you?
No, nothing.
You haven't. And I believe you're originally from the South. You don't
Yes,
even have a
I'm
trace
a
of a South
Keralite,
Indian.
yeah.
So you're a Keralite who grew up in Bangalore.
Yes.
And then you moved to Bombay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an interesting track record. Because there's not even a hint of a South Indian accent, which I think is quite cool. Who's the best actor in the Joshi family?
Oh God, yeah.
I
Has
have
to be my father.
has to be your dad, yeah? Yeah, I mean, look at this, the
Absolutely. And
legacy
my
of
uncle,
actors.
actually.
Yeah.
And my aunt.
Your
Sarita
aunt,
Joshi.
your dad, your cousins.
Yeah.
You know.
Purbi, Mansi, Petki, Rohit, Ronit, Premji.
Well, I asked,
Whole gang.
it might interest you to know that Rohit was here for his play, the play with Mona.
Right.
And I asked him the question, and he, without batting an eyelid, said it's Mansi.
It's Mansi, yeah. Mansi.
So I said, you've answered as a husband.
Correct. He needed to get back home, and if she's listening to that show, she's had it. No, but Mansi is lovely. She's not really, I don't know, she's been distracted and she's not really concentrated on being an actor that she wanted to be because various things came up in life and then acting was not a priority, let's put it that way. But she's a fine actor, yeah, no doubt about that.
She calls you her baby brother, isn't it?
Yeah, I am her baby brother and she treats me like one even till date, which is great. I'm not complaining.
And people say your father-in-law is the complete opposite of his on-screen image.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's the nicest man on the planet.
Yeah, he's an absolute gentleman and a very disciplined man, and I love the way he lives his life. Always positive, always does his exercises, has his drink every evening possibly, but takes very good care of himself, and a family man, and everything is nicely kind of
Regimented.
divided and regimented, and effectively has a great fulfilling life. It's lovely.
So how does it work in the Chopra household? I mean, Vikas, your sister-in-law, you, your wife, do you all get together with the kids, and is there a big Diwali party?
Yeah,
Is that the way it happens?
it's so much fun because again now this side of the family, Rahul, the eldest sister's husband, Nanda,
Yeah.
he's the topmost publicity designer of the film industry. So again connected to films, Premji of course, and then the girls, Vikas, me. There's just and then if the extended family, my end of the family comes in on an occasion such as whatever Diwali or might be whatever it is. So there's like a room full of filmies here.
the Joshi Chopras.
The Joshi Chopras in this.
Now, you could either say that the girls chose very well or you could say the boys chose very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not about them choosing the right husbands, it's about the boys choosing the right wives.
I think so. I think the boys chose well. I must give it to them.
What is the most amazing part about, I mean, you've just sung that wonderful song for us. What's the most amazing part about Kaashi, the film? Why should people go and watch it? I mean, this is almost like a brand pitch for you. Get into your Miss India mode.
Well, I'm not that good speaker. I don't know how to speak. But talking about my film, I think Kaashi has a really good message, and it shows a bond of a brother and sister. How a brother, he goes to any extent to, find his sister.
You need to turn the camera to me.
Yeah.
To see the expressions.
This is not the story of the film.
No, but I can
I
just.
have no message to give. It's an entertaining film.
It's an entertainment. It's a
Got nothing to
thriller.
do with the brother sister.
And most importantly, it has Sharman doing
Why?
Mardha.
We have been mentioning this
But
since
it's
the
got
day
a lot
one.
of thrills and twists.
Why?
And it's shocking and it's very exciting.
We have been mentioning that. I think you must have read the promos and everything.
It's too boring. What about the kissing scene that she has with me? Please ask
Yeah.
about that.
Why aren't we talking about
Pan
all
the
that?
camera
Yeah,
now.
right.
Let's see what she
No,
says.
I don't think it's.
You see, these are questions not to be asked to somebody who's done films with Vishesh Films and the Butts. These are questions to be asked to you.
What about the kissing scene?
I mean, brother, sister, bond and all. You all will not turn up on the 26th of October and I'll have to die.
See. So I should promote the kissing scene.
No, not just the kissing
No, and you're
scene,
doing
but the
Mardhad, man. You're enjoying the Mardhad or not?
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people have been telling me about action, yeah, solid action and all that. But I said, ginke 3 shot actually, but they have obviously they've been shot very impactfully, and I think it's looking very well. There's not that much action per se in the film.
No,
but
because
yeah,
your
it's
dialogue
looking-
bazi also is very.
the
you know,
dialogue bazi is
yeah.
all there, and there is a bit of action here and there, which has worked out very well. It's raw action. We kept it real. That's the nature of the film, and it's been fun. But that particular action scene that we shot, Manikarnika Ka Ghat, it's a ghat where they say that there's never a moment when a funeral pyre is not burning. We seeked special permission, and we were on a level above where the pyres were burning, and it was an extremely hot day, and it was very difficult to shoot that one action scene, which was a lot of people felt sick because of the sight of those pyres there in front of you, and the smoke and the ashes and all of that can baffle a few. So, but just suddenly remembered about that.
I can imagine. But did you see a good Ganga Aarti? Did you see one
Yes,
in the
yes,
evening?
we
Yeah,
did.
that must have
We
been
visited the
spectacular.
Kashi Vishwanath temple, yes. And also we shot my scene, one of my scenes in the film, when the Aarti was happening, the actual Aarti was happening, yeah.
So among all your leading men, like Dhanush and Prithvi, these tall, dark and handsome guys, and this tall and handsome man,
Charming.
who's the most fun to be with? Who's the most fun? Don't be diplomatic. Come on.
I'm not being diplomatic. I swear to God, it was Sharman Joshi.
Yeah?
I swear to
Why
God.
do you say sense of humor? Yeah, is
Yeah,
that it?
sense of humor. Like, I think everything he's so impressive, he's so charming. Yeah, so.
Can't go wrong, brother.
I think she's also worried about the future of Kashi. She wants to make it look like, oh man, we bonded
One thing
and
your dad, your family must be very happy with is the return of Sharman to theatre, man. And you've had these 2 back-to-back ones. Which one is that Raja Ram, what is it
Raju,
called?
Raja Ram or Main.
You're playing 4 characters in that.
I'm playing 4 characters in that.
And there's also Main Aur Tum.
There's Main Aur Tum, which is a romantic comedy. It's basically a classic Bernard Slade English play. It's a classic play which we bought the rights to and performed it in Hindi. And now, recently, this is the first time I've done an English play. I've never done an English play before. So again, I bought the rights of a play running on West End and Broadway, currently called The Play That Goes Wrong. We bought the rights of that for India. And we are performing it right now.
That must be so lovely. Because I have these images of you doing Gujarati theatre and playing the deaf guy in All the Best.
That's right. That's right. So my acting career, my father, my uncle, they're all from Gujarati theatre. 40 years of theatre work. They've done some splendid work. Still feel almost bad for myself if I compare my work to theirs. But coming back to what I was doing, 10 years of theatre I did was only Gujarati. Then 10 years I took a break, and since the last 4 years I've revived my stint in theatre. And since the time I've done that, I have not done Gujarati theatre. I have done 2 plays in Hindi and now this one in English.
Lovely. The obvious question to ask Sharman Joshi is about how he was a Dandiya champion.
Yes.
But for you, what are your memories of Durga Puja or Dasera? Or I know it's not celebrated very much in the south.
Speaking to a wrong person.
I know it's
but
not
don't
celebrated
really
very
celebrate.
much in the south, but
Yeah.
just, maybe how you celebrate Diwali with the family. How is it celebrated?
We don't celebrate.
You're completely
festivals.
agnostic in the sense that you're not into celebrating festivals.
Yeah, because Kerala is a very simple. I mean, they are not into festivals. Like
Oh, but Onam is so beautifully
yes,
celebrated.
Of course. Yeah.
What happens in Onam? You have that sadhya, you have that.
We have
banana
sadhya,
leaf
we have a
meal.
lot of like 15 to 20, curries and all that.
Time to hook yourself and invite.
Yeah, when is it happening? When is Onam happening?
This year's has gone by.
We are gone
Okay.
by.
Yeah, yeah.
Next
So
year,
for next year.
August.
You all
or
don't celebrate Diwali and
No, Diwali, we don't dance. I mean, in Kerala, we don't celebrate it. But
No,
otherwise,
acha.
other states like Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, they celebrate it. Yeah. We have Onam, Vishu, and these two.
But Diwali, Dashera have never been very huge for you.
Yeah.
I have to bring this up because Amit Trivedi told me, saying that some of his most amazing musical memories are getting up and playing on a band with a band during Dandiya, during his building society Dandiya.
Correct.
Sachin Jigar telling me that they used to do these public shows, and from then, their life shaped up and they became the stars that they are today. It's obvious that your Dandiya career when you were in college must have shaped you up for a wonderful future in entertainment.
Yeah, well, I come from Thiba and NM College. So you can imagine.
What is that road number?
Just
Can't I
road
get?
number 1. The best dandiyas in town those days.
Correct.
Now, of course, everything shuts down at 11. But those were the days when things went on till 5 in the morning. And women in pretty ghagra cholis used to be dancing around. And
Backless is the key word, yeah.
Backless ghagra cholis. Wow, yeah. And for that, you better be a good dancer if you need to be in the thick of things. So, Jashoda Rang Mandir, which is like the backside of, like literally the backyard of the college that I belong to. Yeah, a lot of dandiya playing those days and fun days.
Your expression says it all. But you must have been the star dancer. Like, a few years down the line, Shahid says that he was part of the Shamak troupe. So, he was there. So, you must have been the star dancer of your era.
I was.
Don't be diplomatic.
I was pretty good at dandiya. And by the way, I was also part of Shamak Davar troupe.
Nice.
Asian track and field meet and all that. For 6 months I was with him. And backless ghagra cholis and cut to Shamak Davar skin colored leotards. So it all worked beautifully. Yeah.
What's your favorite food during festival?
Favorite food during festivals? Depending on the festival, right? So my mother loves to cook and feed people. So for every festival, we have special food being churned out. And now that we are a multicultural family, so to say, from Punjabis to Bengalis to Gujaratis to Maharashtrians, everyone is married. So different delicacies come in, and I kind of eat everything and anything possible during the festival time.
But one eternal favorite will be Indian
Eternal
mithai?
favorite, like meetha types. Till now, ghugras. There are these specialities in Gujaratis. It's called ghugras.
Do you maintain your fitness regime through the festive season, like during Onam and this and that? Do you stop going to the gym?
Yeah.
Do you feel guilty? And then when you come back, do you work extra harder?
Not like that. I don't go hit the gym regularly. So I'm not that kind of.
This is just
I'm not
metabolism.
fitness freak.
This is just metabolism that you stay slim. the way
Yeah.
you are.
She just prays to God and then suddenly she loses weight. Such a liar she is. She has to work out. She told me that during the shoot also. I don't really work out. So I said, then how do you stay fit? Oh, I just stay fit.
I diet. I don't eat.
Oh, so you eat during Onam and then you stop.
I stop eating. I stop eating carbs and all that. So
So then you fast and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, Virat Kohli's birthday is coming up. So a message to Virat. What do you think is amazing about Virat Kohli?
The cricketer that he is, it's amazing. And the team leader that he is, very happy birthday to him.
happy birthday. Charming.
Charming.
Yeah.
When all else fails,
Yeah.
a good-looking sportsman, you can say he's a good-looking sportsman. How are you bringing in the new year? Sharman, do you have any plans with the family, Christmas, New Year? Have you planned your December, January, or you haven't thought beyond Kaashi?
No, I planned it. Yeah.
Yeah.
New Year's, I'm going to be in Kashmir, in Gulmarg, skiing. The kids and me on the slopes from morning to evening. Have dinner, go to sleep, and go back to the slopes in the morning for the next 6 days.
And you've not done this before. You haven't gone to Switzerland and done some skiing
I've done
before.
this once before in
Gulmarg.
Gulmarg, and we are doing it this for the second time now.
Beautiful. I hope your life is as exciting. Mine is not.
No, because
Where's New Year's?
for a change, I've never worked on my birthday or Christmas or New Year. So I would want to celebrate it with a new team or,
You want to work.
yeah, I want to work.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Guys, best of luck for Kaashi. Thank you for singing. Thank you for telling me
you.
about the music and the stories and everything. And thank you for opening out your life for me from your teen years to now. Sharman and
Thank you,
Aishwarya.
Larry.
Cheers.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.